What if the Joker wore the Carnage symbiote? All hell would break loose, of course. Hey everybody, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host Kelly Pally, and today we're diving into hypothetical land with a question that crosses over multiple universes, or rather, the DC and Marvel ones. What if the Joker wore the Carnage symbiote? One is Batman's arch-nemesis. He's maniacal, homicidal, and has a deadly sense of humor. And the other is Venom's arch-nemesis, who actually is also maniacal, homicidal, and has a deadly sense of humor. Carnage rules. Except Carnage is arguably less sophisticated in his approach when it comes to shedding blood. He's more of a, let's eat your brains and write my name and your blood on this wall kind of guy, you know? Hence why this question is so darn intriguing. Now, before we dive further into this question though, just want to give a major shout out to our friends at Wix who are sponsoring this video. Wix is an awesome website building platform that allows you to create whatever kind of site you need or want, with your imagination being the limit. Whether you're new at creating a website or this ain't your first rodeo, you can literally make into whatever kind of website you want thanks to Wix's technologically advanced platform. Wix does all the heavy lifting for you so you don't have to, meaning you'll be getting a site with reliable hosting that's safe and secure, along with great features and custom domains, mailboxes, email marketing, you name it. I even made my own site with Wix. It's for all my directing work, because when I'm not here hosting videos, I'm making movies, friends. They have a bunch of cool features that I'm a big fan of, including their Wix video hosting, which allows me to easily put my work up and always ensures that whoever is watching my videos will be seeing them in the best quality possible. It's also super organized, and I'm really into that. So definitely go check them out, and feel free to swing on over to my site too while you're at it. All the deets are in the video description below. Alright, now back to the Carnage. If the Joker were to ever wear the Carnage symbiote, that would only ever happen if the DC Marvel universes were merging for a crossover. So needless to say, the likelihood of this ever occurring is incredibly slim. But if it were to happen, how would it go down? What would the Carnage Joker be like? Let's start off by taking a look at the two characters of interest here, and what their standalone personalities are already like. Let's start off with the Joker. The Joker, who first appeared in comics back in 1940 in issue 1 of Batman, wasn't always the sinister sinner that he is today. Much like Batman himself, when he was first created, he was darker in nature, but thanks to the Comics Code Authority and the Silver Age, and the 60s Batman TV series, he was really dumbed down to being a prankster for a while. That eventually changed, thankfully, and the Joker we love to know today is a complete psychopath. He lacks empathy, doesn't have a conscience, and is not concerned with morality in any sense. He has an obsession with Batman, a love for chaos, is often fixated on death, and his criminality is designed only to continue his constant ceaseless game with Batman. Moving on to Carnage. Carnage's personality was largely shaped by his very first host, Cletus Kasady. When Carnage first appeared on the scene, Cletus was sharing a prison cell with Eddie Brock. Brock, being incarcerated, rebonded with Venom, which is how he broke out of prison. But Venom did something that his host was unaware of. Clintar, which is the name of the alien symbiote species, are not sentimental when it comes to their offspring. They release their seeds to birth the offspring and then immediately abandon them. This could also be seen as a means of survival, since a Clintar offspring is always innately stronger than its parent symbiote. So Venom dropped off one of his seeds while breaking Eddie out of prison, and didn't think to tell him, since this is pretty normal for a Clintar to do. Also, breaking him out of prison was pretty chaotic at the time. What Venom didn't anticipate though was that the symbiote he had just birthed would bond with Cletus Kasady, who was probably one of the worst individuals that he could have bonded with. To say that Cletus Kasady has had a troubled past prior to the Carnage symbiote entering his life would be a massive understatement. Kasady killed his grandmother by pushing her down the stairs. He tortured his mother's dog. He killed both of his parents. This was all while he was still a kid. As an orphan, he was sent to the St. Estes Home for Boys, where he was bullied often by staff and other kids. So in revenge, he murdered a slew of them, pushed a girl who refused to date him in front of a bus, and then burned down the orphanage. Typical psychopathic shit. By the time he was at Rikers Island, he was serving 11 consecutive life sentences. This is when Eddie Brock became his cellmate, and the two didn't really get along. Brock even beating down on him a few times, disgusted by Kasady's worldview. After Brock broke out and Kasady bonded with Carnage, he went on a killing spree, with the intention to use his powers to fulfill his murderous desires. His first victim outside of prison he selected by flipping through a phone book randomly. It's believed that because of Kasady's insanity, Carnage's strength and abilities exceed many of the other symbiotes out there, including his father, Venom, who he is innately stronger than to begin with. As Carnage has put it about Kasady, I quote, "I was hollowed out inside, empty, just like my other," meaning his symbiote. "We were both sick, because we were incomplete. But not anymore. We healed each other, made each other whole. Neither one of us can survive without the other. Forget host, forget symbiote, there is only Carnage." So, Clearly, the Joker and Carnage would be a match made in heaven for one another. A very beneficial symbiotic relationship, that's for sure. So, how would this bonding occur? Well, we see this bonding as a result of one of two things. After the DC and Marvel worlds hypothetically merge, Joker would find out about the symbiotes and Carnage in particular. He would then bond with Carnage as a means of really giving Batman some trouble. After all, that is his main MO in most cases. Many of his actions surround that obsession with the Dark Knight and, trying to mess up his life, but in a very deranged kind of way. Having Carnage would also go a long way in maintaining criminal dominance over Gotham City. I mean, the Joker is already such a superior threat, but with Carnage in his skin, he's essentially going to become a one-man army. The other means of this occurring is that Carnage seeks out the most demented individual in the DC universe to bond with, in order to get whatever it is that his dark little symbiote heart desires. And who better to bond with than the Joker if, those are his requirements. He'll go along with whatever crap the Joker wants to do as long as he gets his fair share of kills out of it. And oh boy, how brutal those kills would be. Combined with some of the Joker's favorites in his bag of tricks, the combination of these two would actually make for a really frightening figure. Joker's already a deadly threat without superpowers. So, needless to say, some really crazy stuff would go down. Plus with the ability to just, kind of spawn weapons out of his body, that would also probably not be very good for many an individual in Gotham. But perhaps what's more curious than his newfound strength is how Joker and Carnage would cope with one another. Another interesting aspect to consider is how other symbiotes in the past have dealt with bonding with insane individuals. When Venom bonded with Deadpool, which was revealed to occur just moments prior to Spider-Man bonding with the symbiote for the first time, we learned that Venom wasn't a fan of Deadpool because of Wade's level of sanity. Dude is off his rocker. Venom jumped ship real quick. While we think that the Joker and Carnage would actually be a pretty solid bond despite Joker's insanity, it would be interesting to see who would try to dominate over whom. Joker has an iron will after all. Just look at his history with Batman. Despite being completely insane, he could easily manage to manipulate a symbiote to his will. I mean, to be fair, Carnage ain't any symbiote, but that being said, the Joker has no issue with murder, and Carnage would likely behave as long as the Joker kept killing. Ultimately though, considering how Batman has the OP joy of plot armor, it seems likely that after the first encounter, he'd mosey on back to the Batcave, come up with a plan to defeat Carnage Joker, and probably use some sort of Sonic-based attack or extreme heat in order to remove Carnage from Joker's body. He'd probably think up of a nifty way to contain Carnage too while he's at it, and Joker would move on to his next plan to screw with Batman. We most definitely know that Joker wouldn't try to kill Batman as Carnage anyway, since there would be no fun in that. But there's a very good chance that he would try to kill off a member of the Bat family at least while having his symbiote powers. Alright, so what do you guys think? Would you ever want to see a Carnage version of the Joker? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more great Carnage and Joker videos. Separately though, we most definitely don't have a backlog of Carnage Joker videos. Also, once more, a major thank you to our sponsor for this video, Wix. Be sure to check them out by clicking the link in the video description below, and check out my set that I made with them while you're at it. In the meantime though, thanks for watching everybody. I'll catch you all in the next video.